Travis and Ian.
Excuse Dr. Chamberlain, I'll take one a day till they're all gone.
Thank you, good Dr. Quinn. It's good to know all the tests turned out good.
Dr. Atkins, please report to the nutrition office.
Well, if it isn't...
Yeah. Oh, man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I think 18 years now. Man, time flies. Good to see you. How have you been?
I'm doing great. Sort of. It looks good to see you. You,
Dr.
look
Owens,
great.
please report to the television recording studio number 2.
What have you been up to? Did you ever...
Yes, I went to college, right out of, thank you, high school.
Dr. Quincy, please call the board.
What about you? What'd you do?
Same here. I went to the university right here. Say, did you and...
Yeah, no. She and I went different schools, and she met someone else. And I met a girl named Liz, and we got to get married after finishing school.
Mr. Gore, please report to the left wing.
So you and...
Yeah, we got married halfway through college. It was rough for a while, but surprisingly and miraculously, after the kids came along, things really smoothed out well.
Dan Hill, please report to the ER for your weekly appointment.
It was such a tragedy. She had lots of promise. Folks lost their business. She quit school, married a traveling, salesman, and moved to Cleveland. Hey, have you heard anything of...
Yeah, it has a happy ending. He studied finance and marketing and wound up with a real good job on Wall Street.
Dr. Ramona, please call Geraldine.
Hey, whatever happened
attitude. Man, his chemistry class was a continual riot, but surprisingly, always under control. He retired a couple of years ago.
Dr. Coburn, please report to the right wing.
And what about it?
I think she taught English to Abe Lincoln. She could make Star Wars boring. I think she died shortly after we graduated, probably from boredom. Have you heard anything of,
Yeah, he was such a great athlete, you know. Played any sport, any position, became a coach. He got married and they had 10 children. He had his own baseball team and really pitcher.
Dr. Larry, Dr. Mo, Dr. Curley, calling Dr. Larry, Dr. Mo, Dr. Curley.
you won.
And what about?
Oh yes, he joined the Marines. Stepped on a mine, lost his leg. Last I heard, he's not doing too well.
Doctor, all ticket holders for vitamin D flight to Yuma should be on board.
And what about, we're still at you.
I lost track of where I was going. I lost track of him.
Yeah.
And how, you know, he was so shy and reclusive. He was,
Dr. Ponson, please report to the Western Wing.
hear anything about,
You know, I couldn't stand to show off. He was never interested to know his outcome.
Dr. Willie, please call home. It's been a while.
But one kid I always liked was...
yeah, I know what you mean. He was a friend to everybody, not an enemy in the world. Well, he'd give you the shirt off his back, but of course he'd wash it first.
Dr. Jekyll, please meet Mr. Hyde at midnight.
My oh my, where has the time gone? I have to run to catch my plane to Detroit.
Dr. Kimball, Detective Gerard is here to see you. If you're present, please call the hospital office.
It's really great seeing you, Andy.
Andy? I'm not Andy. Oh no, I don't suppose you're Mike either.
Alright, that was good. You guys, you're right there as a crowd. You're just right there. It's awesome. I mean, give yourselves a hand. You're right there. I tell you what, the hardest thing for comedians, and all you comedians know this, right, is to work in front of a crowd that just is not really in it, right? I did a gig in the UK, in Bedford, about 6-7 years ago, and it was on the day that England won the Rugby World Cup. And so the gig was in this club at 10 p.m. I was scheduled to go on at 10 p.m. And what they hadn't told me was that these people had been there since 9 a.m. watching the rugby match, right? Now, there's this myth that a bit of booze helps a comedy crowd along. I get a bit of booze, you know, there's a window of opportunity between, say, like 1 to 3 drinks, right? These people had been drinking for 13 hours straight. They were so drunk, they couldn't remember the beginning of a joke by the time you got to the end of it. Which is generally unhelpful in what I'm trying to do, right? I hit these people with a punchline and they go, sorry, what? And I'm like, no, do you not remember like a minute ago when I told you that I was allergic to rabbits? Did that just go straight by? And they're like, oh yeah, no, yeah, I didn't hear that. Yeah, that would have made it funny. I'm like, yeah, it would have, yeah. So anyway, so I'm trying with this round and it's just not working and I'm just dying on that stage, right? And finally my gig's over and I'm just standing in the back, cold sweat pouring off me, and I'm like, God, that's terrible. I should just get out of here. But no, normally you could just leave when something goes bad, but I was like, no. I'm going to wait this out, and I'm going to see how the rest of the show goes. Because I want to see how the guy who comes on after me does. Because the guy who's coming on after me was a magician. Now, comedians hate magicians, all right? We hate them because magicians practice and practice and practice, and then they pretend that it's magic. And that just gets on my nerves in a huge way. A magician will be there like, oh, where's the god gone? It's magic. No, it's not magic. You were lonely as a teenager and you practiced for hours, all right? That's where your card is gone. Concert pianists practice for hours, but they don't go on stage and go like, my God, where's the music coming from? It must be magic. It's like it's flowing out of my hands. So the magician comes up on stage, right, and he has this deck of cards, and he goes to somebody in front of the audience and he fans that deck of cards. Pick a card. And the guy picks a card and he shows it to the audience. It's like the 10 of clubs, right? And then the magician takes the card and he makes it disappear. And then he makes the deck disappear. And then he launches into the standard magician bit that all magicians do, right? Just to pad up the middle a little bit. And he goes, well, where have they gone? Well, they may be in another realm. Maybe they've been taken apart particle by particle, and they are now in a separate dimension. Will we ever see them again? Just this standard stuff that they do to just drag out their program, right? During which time the entire audience, boom, has not only forgotten that the card was the 10 of clubs, but really that they've shown anything at all, right? So by the time the magician finally gets around to the final part of his act, and he rolls out this card with a melon, with a fresh melon, and he cuts open the melon, and from within the fleshy pole of the melon, he reaches out and he pulls out this card, and oh my God, it's the 10 of clubs. The entire audience just goes, ooh, melon! These people haven't eaten in 13 hours, so they're sitting there drooling at this melon. Some of them are dying of scurvy at this stage, and here's this source of vitamin C right there on the stage. And all of them are just going like, oh, God, melon, this is fantastic. Is this what he does? Is this a buffet? Oh, God, I hope he's going to bring out more food. Yeah, I wonder what he's going to bring out next. I hope it's chips. Wouldn't you want some chips? I would like some chips. Yeah, chips. Let me tell you something. You have not lived until you've been to a comedy club where there's a magician on stage holding a soggy 10 of club that smells of melon while the entire audience is just going, chips. And I'm standing in the back going,